Fragments of silicon for when everything is leaky and it's not because of the damp weather.
All right, welcome to another installment of Fragments of Silicon. I guess program notes are in order here because this is a first for us in that the scheduled guest that we were supposed to have this day has just disappeared, at least from the internet, at least the social media portion of the internet, of which I was doing the communications. It's like in this modern age, sometimes it's email, sometimes it's Twitter. Like this one was a Twitter guest. And if you recall, this particular guest had to be delayed back in November because he was coming down with the flu or he was feeling flu-like symptoms. Long story short, they have not posted anything on the personal account or the game accounts like in months. Posts on the personal account go back to November. The game account is December. So hasn't been posting. And I sent the requisite messages that I always send guests. No responses, no appearance in the Discord, nothing. So I don't know if our guest had a relapse, got hit with COVID, whatever. So hopefully they are doing well. Though I can say that further discussion, if there was to be any, isn't really going to be an option because, I kind of need communication at when the agreement of when we do an interview happens. They agreed to the new date. They knew when it was happening, and if they didn't, then you put it on your calendar, kind of thing. So, unfortunate, but we must press onward. And that means, another Let's Play week. It's been a while. I'll be honest, it's been a while. I don't remember where we left off exactly. So that's always fun. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get to the news. Patty, we start again with you this week because, well, yeah.
Well, Monday morning, my mom's cat Garcia died. She was the one who we think got into some Vicks or got it on her, and yeah, all that stuff was happening, so that's unfortunate.
Aww.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's...
Yeah, how's your mother taking that?
Not super great.
Expected.
Yeah. When she's feeling up to it, we will see about, going by the various animal shelters around town and see if you can find a new friend. But
how many cats are in your house?
Right now we have 5.
That's a lot of cats.
The rule is we each get a maximum of 2, one for each hand.
Still a lot of cats.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, anything less depressing?
I got a box of the new Digimon, I guess, subset for the trading card game, the Classic Collection.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one because part of the thing I like about the new game is the art, and while the art from the old game that is mostly their like official Bandai art is usually good, it's not as good.
Well, it's like this has some good support for other archetypes. It's a subset, so
Oh yeah, well, and also you're speaking from the experience of a person who gets to play the game on an approximately regular basis.
yeah, fair. Yeah, if you're just like collecting for art and I'm not too big into the older art, then yeah, I can see you skipping over this one.
I mean, I may pick it up anyway, but I'm not. It's not a definite.
Yeah, understandable. But yeah, hopefully I can actually play this weekend because we obviously weren't because dealing with a dying cat, never fun.
Right. Yep.
Um, and yeah, also I've been playing a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel because that just went live tonight. Well, not tonight, but today.
Mhm.
Pretty interesting. And yeah, I think that's it from me. At least that I can think
Okay.
of.
Well, that means Galax, you're up.
Less eventful here, but that's probably a good thing. I was off from work on Monday, which is good because the weather was kind of crappy, although it got better by mid-afternoon.
Do you even have cats?
No,
I didn't
we
think so.
used to,
Hmm.
but our last cat died, and mom and dad didn't want to get another one because they enjoy being able to travel,
I see.
or without having to make arrangements for people to
Right.
take care of the cat. Um, Plus, it's just kind of messy. Anyway, I have been, uh, well, still looking forward to Pokemon Legends Arceus coming out on Friday-ish, as in Friday or whenever it gets delivered.
I thought that
But
came
in the
out
meantime,
next Friday.
is it that late? Okay, maybe it is soon.
Soon,
Um,
trademark.
hmm But apparently it's been leaked, so I might be being confused because of that.
Yeah.
Um, but in the meantime, I've been playing Super Robot Wars 30
Yeah, 28th that comes
and
out next week.
having fun with that. So that's good. I'll need to spend some time playing the game for review this week, but I'm a lot less interested in that.
Hmm. Anything
But more
else?
about that on Sunday.
Yeah. I guess it's my go. Well, big news here is after many weeks of waiting, my Xbox Series X controller has arrived. Like,
That's the one that
um,
has the Type C ports on it now, right?
yeah, it's got the USB-C port right here, which is actually identical to my other Xbox controller, which
Hmm.
is which is a third-party Xbox controller.
Ah.
Like, it's one of those deals that goes for $30, and has actually been surprisingly sturdy. Like, it's lasted me over a year, which a lot of Xbox controllers have failed to do, official or otherwise. Like, the worst of which were those fucking Amazon basic Xbox One controllers. Those lasted just a few months before the buttons started sticking and things just started to break down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the big difference here is the D-pad. It's kind of a throwback to the Xbox 360. If you haven't felt it, um,
Ooh.
Kind of, but here's the thing: it actually works. You know, it's more of a circle pad, but it doesn't feel, you know, sticky and spongy like the Xbox 360. Now it feels responsive. I say feels because I haven't actually had a chance to use this, because all of the games I've been playing recently have used the keyboard and or mouse. Just how the way that goes. Like both Sunday's games are mouse driven. Like, and they're both fine games that I find very little interest in playing. One of it is just because I'm burnt out on politics still, and it's a political simulator. So, and it's about the events post 2020 election, fictionalized, but you know, still.
Oh boy, rolls eyes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The other is a quirky adventure game, which I'm enjoying more. But anyway, and let's see. I guess in show news, the Fragments here is about to reach the end of season 15, which reminds me I got to get into contact with Twilight in the next few days, probably Friday when he's off, and see if he'll rejoin us for season 16. Let's see, in MSP news, things are actually going really solidly. The first, I'd say, quarter, maybe 20% of the new season has been booked. Whatever percentile amount is the first 4 shows out of, I think, 23. Like, it's that amount. And Mac announced the other day that he is going to begin his next round of booking, because he has a lot of guest ideas. Now, I'm like, it's actually one of the, you know, like the booking won't go into detail, but the booking is a lot different this time around because, well, the way it worked on the old show was imbalanced. Like, and I told them on numerous occasions, you know, I have this show to worry about all the fucking time, because if I don't get guests for this show, nobody does. As opposed to, well, MSP, where everybody's technically a booker. So there's a lot more sharing there, or at least that's the intent. I don't know how, you know, I've already brought in 3 guests, and I think that's enough for now, considering, you know, 3 of the first 4 shows. Yeah. And it's gonna be especially fun because I'm gonna have to guide, you know, 2 sets of guests those weeks. Anyway, and yeah, that's about it for my news. So merrily we shall roll along to the Let's Play. If you recall, we are currently going through Inkle Studios' Heaven's Vault. And if I'm recalling correctly, I think we had just left that one planet with the swamp planet. I definitely remember we going through the swamp planet.
Totally not Dagobah with the serial numbers soiled off or filed off.
No, it's not Dagobah. It's got too much civilization there.
Fair enough.
No, point is, that's where I remember we stopped off. We're above the crystal moon, apparently. Yeah. So.
Okay.
I don't remember landing on the crystal moon, so we should probably go down there.
Yeah, I think we left off just after the ride here.
I think it wants us to go to Iox.
All right.
Does it have any other choices?
I think Eye of Cyclones.
Yeah, we should probably go where it wants.
Well,
so we
they're
don't waste
both
time.
lit up yellow, so I don't know.
Anyone got a coin?
Isn't
Implying.
there a what we just did thing?
Yeah, we should probably look into that.
Inscriptions. Um. So I think we were already on the moon. So I guess that they want us to go back to. Okay, trying the moon.
Okay, so it looks like we're probably.
Going to that.
Is it saying go to the eye of the cyclone, or that's where it happened?
That is an excellent question I don't know the answer to. Fine, we'll just go to the eye of the cyclone. What's the worst that can happen?
I don't know.
Everybody dies.
I don't recall death being a or any real fail states.
Well, one way to find out, right?
Yeah. We gotta admit that this would be fun at times.
Yes, at times.
No.
Meanwhile, I'd be fucking vomiting in the back.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's not a lot to commentate here.
Mm-hmm.
Until our robot pal or ship AI, I forget. No, the robot.
He's a robot.
Yeah, no, I remember now.
Also, do remember to actually respond to what things are saying.
Yeah, I'm a little busy.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just this is one of those games where not responding does count as a dialogue thing.
The important thing to remember is you don't crash on the shoals. The biggest thing you have to look out for are the passages, because that is a manual thing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good lord.
Vicinity of the eye of the cyclone. I don't know. It's like this doesn't seem to be any more stormy than anywhere else.
It does.
I guess a bit more on the rapids, but you know, it doesn't look like a fucking cyclone. You know,
I'm going to assume I follow particle effects.
yeah, sure.
What's the worst that can happen? Flies into a mountain.
Like I said, flying into a mountain isn't going to do much in this game. There's no fail state, at least not like that. Someone was interested in our Risen review. Well, I mean, there's a whisper here about, okay, apparently they've introduced a bug fix that occurred with the too high FPS in Risen, like too many frequent lightnings during storms, despairing when climbing on ledges, standing on midair and falling. Okay, I was not expecting that. Anyway, here we are on the Cyclone's eye moon. Just a weird thing to say. So we're kind of on the eyeball of the cyclone.
Although really the phrase cyclone is a little bit more two-dimensional than space.
I mean, well, it's called the eye of the cyclone.
Right.
You don't pluralize that. I think this is especially important in a game about language.
Uh-huh.
We talk scooters. Oh man. Random house. What could possibly go wrong? If I rolled my eyes any harder, I have to put them back in my skull.
Looks like something from the Southwest.
Probably.
No, that culture doesn't exist in this game. Well, let's go. Yep.
That didn't even look very high, but I guess we're not super athletic.
Well, you also can't really see over it.
Yeah. All right, note to self: install jetpacks on robot.
I'm not sure the robot would enjoy that.
Oh, robot found a way. Kind of like life.
I went around.
Oh. Sure, if you want to do things the easy way. Anyway, let's see. How did you get down from the arch?
Yeah,
Oh.
the delay.
You're in one. Oh.
Cliff.
You're sure. Yeah, second option.
Oh, fuck. I can't read or hit buttons correctly. It's fine. What's the worst that can happen? Oh boy, more inscriptions.
All right. Water goddess. All right. Let's see. If we're going with goddess, blesses, loves, sails, looks.
The other one.
I'm guessing since it looks close to holy blesses, maybe?
Blesses could work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with bless.
Yeah, and I'm probably guessing either fire or harvest here.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like light, but the middle is bent.
Fire. Let's go with fire for now. You or continue.
Oh.
Yeah. Water child?
No.
No. Goddess is the only thing that works here currently. Still.
Okay.
Continue. This is a fireplace after all. Stow it. I mean, this is an adventure type game. No. We have traditions to carry on,
Yeah.
like grabbing everything that isn't bolted down, in case there is a puzzle to solve.
And even if it is, unbolt it. We might need that too.
Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, we didn't need the poker for the door.
I'm gonna go with a map.
Looks mappish
Sure.
to me.
add add stair climbing feature to robot.
That sounds like a better idea.
Yeah. It's like when the Daleks didn't have any jet propulsion.
Before
Most
they
dangerous
developed.
race in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Sorted by stairs.
Before they developed elevate.
Yes, yes.
That looks like it would be I. If that's we, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched.
Hmm.
Could be fear. It kind of depends on what the choices for the last ones are.
Yeah. I fear death.
Sure, why not?
That's what's coming to mind right now. Continue. Let's go with 2. The writer was dying. Somebody laying down. It's impressive penmanship.
Uh-huh.
Oh man. More of them word thingies.
A lot of this game is just transliterating these words. Ooh, we get to see if some things are correct. All right, let's. Goddess. No, we'd probably want Pilgrim. Yeah. We got Goddess, Pilgrim. And it looks like we can fit Fear into that.
Um,
And Pilgrim.
that looks
Lead.
kind of like an adjoiner, like it would be an and.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pilgrim and. All right, let's go with and.
can't interact with that door.
It didn't give me an option to, so.
Telescope location.
I mean, I could probably vault over that, but sure. Let's not go to the part of the crumbling house, right?
Oh. There's a reply thing we could do.
There was.
I
It's
honestly
probably
keep.
go back.
expired.
Damn it.
Not that way.
Well, there was, I think, at least one room we didn't check out downstairs yet.
Yeah, but he's 2 floors down, so. All right.
I think I missed it. That was my bad.
Yeah, a lot of them are time sensitive.
Yeah.
I would guess something like a telescope or a pointer.
Yeah. Telescope would be my guess. So.
Oh, a transmitter is a possibility too.
With the bearings, it looked more like it was something moving.
Yeah, it looked like.
Can I go out this way? Sorry says
A
no.
little bit janky moving around a
Yeah.
3D environment.
Yeah.
Interior with 2D characters.
A heavy wooden box. Smash it with head.
Can you open it?
Or is there something inscribed on the lid?
Yeah, let's go with 3 then.
Oh.
And never mind.
Not
Oh. It's stiff.
You don't have an attachment for prying? I guess I can try it myself and use the poker from the fire.
Yep. Hey, it's almost like we've played an adventure game before.
Wait, did I pick it up or?
You did.
Yeah. Let's see if there's an option. Right.
3.
First symbol's on the lid, though.
It's definitely shifting or lie. Oops. All right.
Huh?
Well then.
Oh man. Let's not go with 3.
The Eagle and
Where you're
Sun.
going with the motif, yeah.
So I'm guessing 1.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing 2 or 3.
I think 3. This is probably a hiding spot.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
What, can you go to the second one?
No, the second word.
Like, do you still want me to move over more, or?
Okay, I think this one is rivers.
Yeah, so far it looks like on Rivers of Light, we something.
Um,
And it does have the water thing in it, so.
Yeah. And the first one's on. You went a bit too far. Are
I get. Do we want to go with sail?
That would
Sail.
be my guess, but.
Yeah, I would either go with
Well,
sail or
what's the
indoor.
last word?
We don't have anything really relevant to that.
probably sail forever.
Yeah, because especially if this is.
Either that or sail home.
Let's go with forever.
Also, we are home.
So I guess we're done.
Can you look at the lid of the box now?
No, I think I missed it.
Oop, there's a dot in the little room.
A workbench.
No.
Oh, there's something in the doorway. Ooh. Sharps.
Very fancy dagger.
Um.
2 words. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. God.
Well, fire is at the end.
I guess as is in the beginning. All right.
Can you select for more than these 4?
No.
No.
Well, then we just don't have it.
Empress fire.
Oh.
Um.
Probably empire.
Empire or empires?
See. Continue.
Oh. No. Alrighty.
Do you look at the workbench?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. They said something about how whoever was here
Was
needed
self-sufficient.
what was self-sufficient and would have needed water.
I guess let's get out of here.
I'm not sure this is the way out.
Well, it's not the way we came in, but
Don't hassle me.
we don't have a choice to that because 6 can't get back.
I mean, we could always just throw him. Or leave him.
I believe the implication is that he's on the heavy side.
Yeah, well, that's water. Of...
I'd say life.
Yeah.
Life would be associated with death and fear, yeah.
Well then.
There's something to be there about the use of ceremonial purposes in anthropology.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Because ceremonial purposes can easily be shorthand for we don't fucking know why.
That doesn't look good.
That
That is the opposite of good. Was is the correct term here, yes.
yeah, I think we found where what's his name is or was.
Light ships don't usually explode.
Yeah.
Well, when have I started being wise? Something's under the wood.
Please don't be an arm.
It's not an arm. It's a leg.
It's mine. Oh God.
Oh, more symbols.
Light. And
Speed
I
or
guess
blood.
It could be.
Let's see, light and blood. Continue.
Yeah, because it looks close to like water and rivers.
Yeah. Blood for ball. Blood for ball.
Oh damn! I meant to hit one.
Looks like we've unlocked a new location.
And we can finally go back to the university. No, we can go to Elbreth, whatever, or wherever that is.
That will wait until next time. No, we'll wrap this up after.
Go? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up for now.
Beam me up, Scotty. Alright. Let me get to a place where I can pause, and then we can go to the next segment.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, we will get to that later.
Yes.
Cliffhangers!
They are important.
Alright, so I guess I'll be moving on to the next segment.
Just go to quit. I believe this game autosaves.
All right, welcome to the topic of discussion. And yeah, I think it's probably known what we're going to be talking about this week.
I mean, it's not like anything important happened at all yesterday.
I think it was 2 days ago at this point, but
whatever,
yeah,
fuck
so,
time.
Anyway, it's not in the so long ago, but yeah, getting to the news in case you have been living under several rocks, because no joke, I heard people discussing this at the fucking Walmart. I was getting some snacks today. Actual fucking conversation about Activision being bought out by Microsoft. That's how fucking big this is. Like,
and literally zero people saw coming.
Yeah. I'm like, it was another fucking random blog entry. Now, exactly how the Bethesda buyout went down.
Well, it's like when we posted about it, I was literally like, I thought it was just Game Pass stuff, not they were fucking buying them.
Yeah. Look, this has got a lot of people off guard. Like, not the least of which is Sony, which has not been doing well. Because, yeah, this is a deal that has just so many staggering implications to it that one scarcely knows when to begin.
One might begin with the number of major franchises that now have a significant potential to become console exclusive, depending on how much money people enjoy having.
I mean, that's probably the biggest questions. And, like, the biggest question is Call of Duty, among everything else. Because you can certainly make the argument that, like Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2, they've been announced for, like PlayStation consoles already. Call of Duty is a yearly franchise, that gets new installments every year. The thing is, it's not exactly clear if Call of Duty would be able to be locked up in the Xbox ecosystem. Because, okay, so it isn't really widely known, but PlayStation has a marketing agreement with Activision over Call of Duty. They're the ones who get to promote Call of Duty with the console stuff, have for the past couple of years. I think it was kind of a trade-off between that and Destiny with Xbox. Point is, and I've mentioned this in other buyout stories, a contract is a contract is still a contract. Even if one of those member parties gets bought out by another party. It's like unless there's a mutual termination or something like that, that's going to still be in effect for
Well, yeah,
however
no,
long.
the issue isn't with games that have already been announced. It's with future
That's what I'm
entries
saying.
in franchises.
But what I'm saying is Call of Duty could still need to come out on PlayStation systems just on the basis of marketing. Like, there's so, like, yeah, it's staggering, but it's also not staggering because keep in mind, Activision has really, really fucking coalesced around just a small number of franchises. I mean, in the Xbox announcement, most of the franchises highlighted were still from fucking Blizzard. And Blizzard's been having their own fucking problems. We've talked about them before, but even with that, Blizzard's just having problems with games. Like, some of it, and a lot of it is related to, the fact that they employed a nest of sex pests and rapists.
Yeah.
You
To
know,
put it mildly, yes.
It's like, it's a big reason why Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 have been delayed to 2023. And apparently Bobby Kotick has cited this is the reason to sell out to Microsoft. That is bullshit, by the way.
He's also getting an enormous fucking golden parachute out of this, apparently.
Well, okay, so we've actually learned quite a bit of how this went down last couple of days. And once again, it is tied to the workplace abuse scandals.
Shocking.
Yeah, but it's because in spite of Activision's insistence that everything is A-okay, everything was not okay. Specifically in this case, their stock price took a fucking tumble. You remember the Wall Street Journal announcement about the fact that Bobby Kotick knew about all the workplace abuse and did nothing about it? Mm-hmm. That lowered their stock by about 15% in and of itself. It's like, I believe their stock was trading at a few days ago in the mid 50s from like a high of 94 or something. So yeah, their stock took a hit, a big hit. It was a big enough hit where Microsoft took advantage of the situation. Like, I will give credit to Microsoft. They know how to business well. Because Microsoft had apparently approached Bobby Kotick about a buyout in 2020, and he basically blew Microsoft off. Microsoft renewed the call apparently like in November of last year, and Bobby Kotick couldn't exactly walk away this time.
I wonder why, with the wolves at the door and shit.
Well, yeah. And I firmly believe this is the reason why the board of directors continued to back him in the face of all, apparent logic. Because, it turns out that they were negotiating with Microsoft about a buyout. We'll get to that in a bit. But, yeah, Bobby, and this is one of the things that comes up in business. If management's being a problem, they can get, they can be terminated in some fashions. This is one of them. It's just, you can't just fire people at the executive level. Doesn't work that way. Like, even if you're in a at work right to work state or whatever the fuck they call that, no. When you get to the executive level, those are done on fucking contract basis. Mm-hmm. And guess what? There are fucking termination clauses in those contracts. Like, Bobby Kotick is looking at getting $300 million from this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know the world is unfair, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's not the focus here. Like, the point is, like, Bobby Kotick was pretty boxed in. And to further show the point of not having any fucking leverage, he apparently went to a couple of other companies. Facebook was named. Not sure about the other entity, but I think we can narrow it down to a few. Like it was either Google, Amazon, or Apple, because there's a reason why Activision and EA and Ubisoft really don't come up in the buyout discussions, because, okay, Microsoft is going to have to pay about $69 billion for Activision.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and I imagine they probably got that at a steal because of, everything going to shit.
I'm like, that is apparently like $89 per share. So it is actually a modest discount from their all-time high, as I understand it. It's still a like 40% premium in terms of purchase price. It's like, that's kind of a feature of capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
You get the markups. It's not just whatever the fucking market cap is, you pay that. No, like, people still want to actually make money off of a fucking deal. So you have to give them more than what, depending on how much strength you have, you have to give them the premium. Like, if you're in a position of weakness, well, that's when you either breaking even's the best of the options, or that's where you lose the money. Not here. Point is, Activision was hurting enough to the point where they could get bought out, but still not bought out by anybody. I'm like, there's been calls for Sony to do this kind of buyout. Okay. This misunderstands a few things. First of all, Sony doesn't have this amount of money just lying around.
Yeah.
Like, Microsoft can do this because they are fucking Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
They have like with this move, they just spent half of the cash on hand that they have right now.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Like, a lot of people don't realize that other than PlayStation right now, a lot of Sony's sectors are doing rather bad.
It's not that bad. And in terms of publishing might, Sony is still out drawing Xbox in terms of overall sales.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the Activision merger. They're that big. It's just, okay, this fucking buyout is coming with the full force of Microsoft behind it. It's like, even if you put the full force of Sony behind an acquisition, they simply don't have the fucking liquidity to buy out Activision, EA, Ubisoft. No, they're going to have to do actual rounds of financing via stock, probably through debts, possibly a lot. Like, Sony buying EA, that could be the kind of buyout that leads to Sony hurting a lot. Think of AT&T buying Warner Media. Yeah, they managed to do that, but they spent so much money and got into so much debt, they couldn't handle the debt payments, along with, giving out an actual dividend to their stockholders, which is really important, to, especially to AT&T stockholders. My point is, Sony can't really pull this off. Like, not like Microsoft can. Like, it's feasible potentially that they could buy out a major publisher, but it's just they don't have the fuck you money that Microsoft does. Very few companies have the kind of fuck you money that Microsoft has. Always keep that in mind. That's been one of the big concerns about not just this buyout, but the Bethesda buyout. All of their recent fucking buyouts. Because they're goddamn Microsoft. They're one of the fucking $1 trillion club in terms of market value. And yeah, they still have investors they answer to, blah, blah, blah. They just proved they're operating not just on another level, on several different levels than anyone else. In video game terms, like, we had the previous largest acquisition just a week ago. We were going to talk about it today until this fucking happened. You know, Take-Two buying Zynga for about $12 billion. Like,
and then we laughed at it.
And then this is about like 4 of those. It's like 6 Bethesdas. You know, whatever dollar amount you want to attach to the, like, this even blows out Microsoft's previous non-gaming purchase by several magnitudes. You know, that was LinkedIn for like $18 billion. So, you know, this is staggering. Absolutely fucking staggering. And like I said, there's only a handful of other companies, if they are interested in doing it, that have the pure, and I'm talking about, when I say liquidity, that means cash on hand. Just the cash they have lying around for things like this. Microsoft just has like $160 billion lying around in a fucking war chest. And just keep in mind, they are spending half of that. Which means even if they didn't make more money, and by the way, they will make more money while this transaction is going through, they would still have like the other half of that $70 billion to buy, let's say, EA or Ubisoft or Sega, whoever the fuck else is still out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody else in the gaming sphere has that kind of capital, unless, like, the only one that vaguely comes to mind is Tencent. Because, you know, they're the big Chinese conglomerate that's been making a lot of deals, like, and I mean a lot of deals.
Seriously. Oh
yeah. So overall point is, Sony cannot compete on this level, nor should they, because this is a recipe. Like, I get that the investors are not happy that this happened, and there's some cause to be concerned here, because, you know, like, the Call of Duty thing alone netted Sony a lot of money. And that's potentially an avenue that's going to be closed in the next few years, among whatever the fuck else is going to happen here. You know, whatever the is going to happen with Blizzard's franchises. King, remember, Activision Blizzard also owns mobile developer and publisher King, Candy Crush, among other things. Like, Candy Crush, the whole mobile sector is less of a concern to the consoles, because this is mobile. But, there's so many things at play here. Like, Activision is actually a bigger name in Asia than Microsoft is, or Xbox is, because the Xbox brand is primarily tied to a console, where Activision is not. Like, Call of Duty Mobile, for example, is fucking huge in Southeast Asia and China and all that. And of course, the thought process is not just on the big franchises, but, what's going to happen to Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Maybe they'll get to live. I'm like, that's one of the things I'm hoping that gets shattered with this buyout.
Well, not only that, but a lot of people are wanting Toys for Bob to make a new Banjo-Kazooie game.
Like, that only happens with the permission of Rare.
Well, yeah,
But okay, we're kind of reaching outside the zone here, people. Let's worry about if the Activision studios can work on fucking anything else but Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, keep in mind, all of fucking Activision right now is working on fucking Call of Duty. Now, that's why people are fucking pissed off at Activision. Or one of the reasons, like specifically with Activision and their development, it's every fucking studio is doing something related to Call of Duty right now. And it's hoped that, I've seen like Raven Software not working on Call of Duty. I don't think that one's happening, guys, because in spite of your in spite of like a lot of old school fans remonstrations about the Raven Software that developed everything from Hexen, Heretic to Singularity, that Raven is dead. Like there's not a lot of people from that time period that are still there, if any. But more to the point, and I mentioned this before, but it bears repeating. Raven is one of the main Call of Duty developers now. They're the lead developer on Warzone. And I don't think anything's going to change that, because that's Activision's big moneymaker right now. Even more so than Vanguard, because Warzone is their free-to-play game. And that just has a lot more accessibility. It's why other studios, it's why Toys for Bob had to be brought on Warzone. Raven doesn't have the fucking manpower. Also, Raven's been having fucking problems because Activision laid off their QA staff, and a lot of workers at fucking Raven are on strike. You probably didn't know this because the goddamn gaming media isn't going to report on, or media in general is going to report on a fucking strike because of obvious fucking reasons. But yeah, there's a lot that needs to be fixed at Activision Blizzard, But here's the thing. There's an opportunity to do that. Like, Kotick, he's gone. This has been confirmed. And yeah, I know it sucks.
Ultimately, the best thing about this is we can hope that putting like a literal other company in charge might actually help clean house a little.
And that, yeah. And that is an option. We don't know if that's going to transpire, but here's the thing. I don't think this is why Activision couldn't find another buyer. They are so fucking tainted right now. They couldn't find anyone else who's willing to pony up this kind of cash for their asses.
Well, and apparently Microsoft definitely doesn't put up with this shit, so...
Well, no, it's like... And this is once again why I think the board of directors was still backing Kotick. Because otherwise, the fuck are you doing? Like, you are actually... no. It's like, I've taken some fucking business courses. They should have absolutely tossed his ass to the curb.
Literally out the penthouse window.
Yeah. Otherwise. Because guess what? His fucking business practices are costing you and your fucking shareholders money. But as it turns out, this was going on in the background. And they could actually talk about it because there are fucking regulations and laws about that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But the point is, the good news here is Bobby Kotick is going to be out after the deal's done. The fucking board of directors is going to be out after this done. Because they are going, it's going to be like Bethesda. Once they get their payout, they will no longer be in charge. Microsoft will, for better and for worse, will be in charge of Activision Blizzard. Now there's still a lot of cleanup to do because we're just talking about the management. We're talking about the top management level getting cleared out. Then you have to go down into the upper and, all the levels of management and, just all of the levels to clean out all of the fucking sex pests. make sure that culture's gone. Like, this is why I'm not lamenting the loss of Blizzard's culture, because that is a culture that absolutely should have been fucking lost.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, and will that happen? Who the fuck knows? Like, but Activision's workers, they're not stopping with their calls. They're not going to stop just because this is fucking happening. And nor should they. You know, it's like, yeah, it's good guy Microsoft in comparison to Activision Blizzard's management. But, they're still fucking Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
I don't forget this. And neither have they. I'm like, will we see full unionization? That's still something that's all in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right now, the best we can hope for is the sex pest to disappear.
Yeah, to say nothing about, X Studio working on Y franchise out of their fucking zone. I'm like, Bethesda hasn't even started on that track publicly. And, it's been several months. Like, mainly because, there's all those studios are working on whatever the fuck they're working on right now. It's like any sort of collaboration, that's years and years down the line.
Mm-hmm. This isn't like the good old days where you can get a game done in 6 months.
Yeah. And once again, like, Activision's kind of has become the apotheosis of the AAA publisher, just surrounding itself around tentpoles. I'm like, to the point of unhealthiness.
Mm-hmm.
Because, keep in mind, especially the Activision side, like, they've, if Call of Duty ever fucking falls, what then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they burned through all of their other mega franchises. Guitar Hero, Skylanders, dead for fucking ages. Tony Hawk, Crash, Spyro. I'm like, dabble here and there. Like, but, Call of Duty and more Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I don't get the business logic behind it, but it's also, the old adage, putting your eggs in one basket. I guess in their case, they also have Blizzard and King to fall back on. Although, once again, Blizzard has been hurting, mainly due to the fact that, World of Warcraft is in steep decline because this is one of the more unsung aspects of the whole Activision Blizzard scandal. But the player base of World of Warcraft have been leaving in droves.
Yep.
And guess where they're going to? Yeah. They've been migrating to Final Fantasy XIV. Now, Overwatch, that's just in fucking limbo right now because the sequel is having so many problems.
Mm-hmm.
Diablo, they've done all they can do really with Diablo.
Do you guys even have phones? God.
Yeah, Diablo Immortal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, StarCraft is dead.
Yeah.
Warcraft proper, they ruined to the point where, do you really want to see Warcraft 4 from Blizzard right now?
Yeah. Like, holy
it's like
fuck.
Like, if it wasn't from Vicarious Visions, something like that. And King is king. They're the mobile sector. Like, it's like, don't really have anything to say about them because I'm not into Candy Crush. I did play their Crash Bandicoot mobile game. It was okay for a mobile game until the predictable grind elements kicked in and I just deleted it.
Understandable.
I'm one of the people that don't get Skinner boxed by these things.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and that's just in the here and now. Like, and the whole, certainly the word monopoly has been tossed around. Okay. No. This is
It
what
is market contraction or whatever the fuck you call it, but it's not a monopoly.
It's consolidation. Yes, a pretty significant consolidation. Can't deny that, but it's like it is nowhere near a monopoly. It's like just in terms of their fucking market share, they're only going to be number 3 on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sony and Tencent will still be bigger by revenue. Like once again, judging a monopoly is much more than, oh, they are a large company. It doesn't work that way, fellas. Never has.
Yeah.
And once again, it's whining about the U.S. antitrust laws. I'm like, here's the thing: this is going to be a worldwide operation because every fucking country that Activision, Blizzard, and Microsoft do business in has to scrutinize this. It's like, if you paid attention to the Disney Fox deal like I did, that this happened. I'm like, and yes, different regulatory bodies are going to have different foci, not just in terms of what constitutes a monopoly, but what their focus is. Like, for example, Disney over here in America had to give up the Fox Sports networks because that combined with ESPN would have been so much market share to constitute a monopoly. While in Europe, they had to divest their holdings in A&E networks due to I forget which European laws that are ascribed to, but they had to get rid of those in Europe and only in Europe. Like I said, and they had to divest in other areas in like Mexico, Brazil, and on it goes. And that it's going to be examined here as well. It's not just going to be the SEC and the FTC and the DOJ that's going to be scrutinizing the Activision Microsoft merger. It's going to be the EU, the UK, and so on and so forth. Like, that being said, are they going to have problems? Probably not. Even though, yes, this maneuver is fucking terrifying. Like, but once again, nobody can really point to a actual monopoly factor here.
Yeah.
That's how that goes. And the whole big tech focus that's going on right now, that's about fucking Facebook and their control of WhatsApp and Instagram. Their domination of industries, like before they even get to maturation and shit like that. That isn't about one large video game maker buying another. Once again, it's consolidation, yes. It's removing a big player from the board, and it's also concerned about a acquisitional arms race. Though once again, it's unclear how that's going to play out because remember, when it comes to like EA or Take-Two or Ubisoft getting bought out, the only players are the companies, the fucking Googles and Facebooks and Apples of the world and Amazon. And out of all those companies, Amazon maybe would have the ambition there. Like, look, people thought Google was going to spend big in the video games space with Stadia. That just didn't pan out. Okay? I mean, Stadia still exists, but clearly Google, not surprising, doesn't have the fucking discipline for this.
Yeah.
Like Facebook, they're focused on the metaverse and fucking VR. they're not VR, they're not really interested. Okay, like Amazon, maybe. Like I can't definitively say in that space.
Especially
And
with as
Apple
much as a stream game Call of Duty is.
and Apple, they don't need to buy anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone comes to the iOS store anyway. So yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of emotions around this one, even though as far as their games go, I'm like, look, I'd be concerned if they were still making Spyro or Crash games, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not, as far as I know. So,
I think the last was Crash 4, like I wanna
yeah,
say 2019?
2020, I
Oh,
believe.
20?
Yeah, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 was that year as well. But once again, every like Vicarious Visions was given to Blizzard, and everyone else is in the fucking Call of Duty mines.
Yeah.
So let me know when they break up the Call of Duty mines, and I might be interested.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I haven't played a Call of Duty game since World at War. I didn't really like that one.
Mm-hmm.
I know there are people who swear by that one, but that was going more and more in that fucking Michael Bay direction that I didn't care for.
Assuming that's why people swear by it, because yeah.
It, it's one of them. Anyway, I think that's about it on this topic.
Mm-hmm.
And indeed, that'll about do it for this installment of Fragments of Silicon. The week ahead, as mentioned, Friday, we were going to have a Friday interview, but that got delayed to April due to simulcasting issues. Like, apparently they do a stream around the same time, and they have a lot of stuff to cover in the beginning weeks of their new season. So April it is. Anyway, let's see. On the Sunday game reviews, we're having reviews of This is the President, Find the Letter H, Retired Men's Nude Beach Volleyball League, and The Captain. And until then, I shall wish you good gaming.